Good morning, good morning. Alright, down here a bit early today because the cat's not looking too great, so she's got to go back to the vet. Might possibly need another blood transfusion. So yeah, with that. And another bit of bad news is I've only got 2 subscribers now, because I don't know why. I thought it was a bit funny when I got my first subscriber, because I didn't get a notification. Now the 2 after that, I did get a notification, so I don't really know whether that subscriber was there in the first place or somebody's actually unsubscribed. But oh, and someone didn't like one of my videos, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just doing this for fun, so it doesn't really bother me. Anyway, you can see the glue has foamed up in the little places where I put it, which is, can you see that? Let's have a look. Yeah, just in places like that. So I'm going to take the clamps off, and I want to get a bit more gluing done this morning, because as I said, the cat's got to go to the vets, and I don't know what time we'll be back from that. Probably be a few hours, because we have to leave her there for a blood test, and they could keep her in, but so I want to try and get as much gluing done as possible, because that's the bit that takes the time. So I'm going to start that now. Right, that's the rest of it glued up. So I couldn't really be asked to make sure every single little finger was pushed in and go around and clamp different parts and then glue and that. I just thought I'll just lie it down like that and get it all glued at once and see how it comes out, because I've got to sand the outside anyway, so if one finger sticking out a bit, that will just get sanded down. So I shall leave that now. That's why I wanted to get that done early. Now I can sort some other stuff out. The thing I hadn't thought of though is I've got the clamps on that in there, and now I've got nowhere to work basically. I should have clamped and glued that somewhere else. Never mind, I'll do a bit of sanding on the base, I think. Well, that's that sanded up. Bit of a state, but I've done it with a hand sander. 120 grit and then 240 grit. So that is now nice and smooth. Right, I think I better get cleaned up a little bit. Just going to take the top off to have a go with the foam inside. And can you spot the mistake? Bit of a fundamental error. I'll put the insert nuts through the top of the base. They shouldn't be there. They should be in the blocks underneath the base. Oh dear. that is where they should be. Otherwise you can't get the top off, can you? Donut. I've got to stop now to get ready to go to the vets, and we'll probably be a few hours, so I don't know whether I'll get back down here again today. But that glue is foaming up nicely, so that's okay. And I've been cutting foam for the box. I've got a few more cuts to do on that one, just to bring it back in line with there and there, or I might cut the sides down. That's the two sides with some foam in, and that's the back with the foam in. It's just push fit at the moment, but if I take 10mm or whatever off of the bottom of them two, then that top should sit straight in there. Okay, could be a short video today. I just hope the results from the cats that we'll probably get later is alright. Okay, cheers for now. Back from the vets. Don't know what kind of news it is yet, because she's got to have a blood test, and it depends on what her blood count comes back. But if it's dropped, they're going to try something, a name I can't remember. It's an intravenous drip, and they have just warned us it's going to cost about £1,000. But oh well. Back to the project. That is foamed up nicely. I've cut the foam at the sides now, so that fits on perfectly. So perfectly I can't get it up. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick all that in now, not bothering about the front or the bottom. 3 sides in the top should be okay to stop any well, to make it sound like a fuller sound. Bit worried it's a sealed box with that sub in it. It might blow the box apart, or it might sound crap. If so, I might have to put a port in, but we'll have to wait and see about that. I didn't order the M 2.5 screws from Amazon because I thought, yeah, they'll be here tomorrow, but £4.69 for 100 when I only need 4 is a bit excessive. So I ordered them from the great Chinese supermarket, 55 for £1.30. So yeah, they won't be here as quick, but I'm not really in a rush for them. It's not holding up the project as such, so let's hope they arrive between the 14th and the 17th, I think it was. So let's hope they get here quick. Right, let's glue this foam down. That stuff sticks like shit to a blanket, and of course, me being a complete donut, I stuck it to the wrong bloody side of the top. So luckily I realised quickly, and I managed to get it off, but that also means I sprayed the wrong side of the foam. So that is now as sticky as anything. That is as sticky as anything. So I'm going to have to wait until it dries completely and re-sand that, and hope that this dries non-sticky on the back. Otherwise it's going to stick to that, which I don't want, because that's got to come off again for all the speakers to go in. God, what a muppet. That's rushing, trying to get things done, and what with a cat. Ah! Now this is a right mess. Look at that. It's sort of dried. Tried sanding it, but it's actually pulled the grit out of the sandpaper, and it's still sticky that side as well, which I don't want the foam sticking to the foam in the box, as I said, so that's got to come out. And I don't want the base of the console sticking to the top of the base, so I'm going to try something wherever I put it over here. See if talcum powder will take the stickiness away. Worked a treat. Bit of talcum powder spread all over the top, a light sand with 240, and that is not, still don't look nice, but you ain't going to see it anyway. That is not sticky at all. Same on the bottom, talcum powder all over it. Not sticky. Not only that, everything smells nice now. I would have got it all down myself, but sorted. Now let's just see if it fits. Well, that's about it for the day. Coming up to 4:30. That's still foaming up well. After a few bits of trimming the foam with a scalpel, that fits okay. I've just got to cut that little hole in the foam for the cables to go through, and that is going to be it for today. I'm now going to start packing up and go up the top. Same old procedure. Download this, sling it in the video editor, make a video and have a beer, and also keep everything crossed for my cat. We haven't heard back yet, so we'll see what's happening. Anyway, see you tomorrow.